Hello and welcome back to the Beerman blog special movie review video this time because we just saw Ghostbusters Afterlife and hopefully we don't do any spoilers. We've never done a movie review on video before, so hopefully we don't do any spoilers. Just a warning though, we might throw a spoiler out there.
Yeah.
Not on purpose.
Yeah, so first of all, it was great. It was great.
Don't believe the haters. This movie is great. Okay? I've already read some reviews. People are hating on this movie, and for some reason they really like the 2016 version. So, yeah, I think they're just mad that no one liked the 2016 version. This movie is good. Go see it.
Go see it more than once.
Go see it more than once. She took our tickets for Friday and got a refund on them. I thought we were going to see it again on Friday. So
well, we can still see it again on Friday. So, yeah. So, gosh, where would I even start? There's a lot I think that's kind of spoiled in the trailers or things that aren't really spoiled. We know that the little girl is the granddaughter of Egon.
Yes.
And I gotta tell you, the actress who plays her, McKenna Grace, she was wonderful.
She does a fantastic job.
She does, yes. Very fantastic job. I'm afraid I don't know the actor who played her friend in the movie, but she does make a friend.
Yes. That's one of the parts of the movie I agree with people with is the kids, I don't remember the actor's name either, but his character's name is Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
That's a dumb name. I agree with people there. They could have named him something and just had him like
say Podcast is my nickname.
Yeah.
You know, something like that. But
instead of having his name just be Podcast, and that's how he introduces himself and everything. No, but
right, because he was definitely a solid character on his own.
Was actually pretty funny. Yes. I am also glad that those two were like the main focus, and Finn Wolfhard's character was pushed a little bit off to the side a little because I'm burned out on Finn, so
yeah, and I would have to agree with that. Focusing on the two kids was brilliant, and I'm not gonna lie. Anybody who thought Paul Rudd should not have won Sexiest Man Alive, I mean. You're wrong, because I tell you what, you can definitely, anyone who's grown up, you know, with Paul Rudd, 90s Clueless, and then to now, I mean, yeah, Avengers really set him off, and Ant-Man, but yes.
Okay, so minor spoiler here, though. I heard you say, in the movie theater, when the Walmart scene showed up, that's in the trailer, don't make him the Keymaster.
Yes, I did not want him to be the Keymaster. So, and I really don't know why. I just like I kind of just figured out at that point where the plot was gonna go with his character and possibly other characters. So, that wasn't my favorite, but. He does play a lovable doof, not as good as Rick Moranis, but he definitely can be a lovable doof head. So, I'm trying to think of what to say without spoiling like our favorite parts. I think it's going to be really hard to do that.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to be hard, but the movie starts out with like an action scene, pretty much, where you've got Egon. I mean, obviously it's Egon. Down in Oklahoma, doing what his plan was, and we find out that his plan does not go as he planned it, and that is basically how they also write that Egon passes away in that first action sequence from, they say, a heart attack, which I'm guessing is what happened, but I'm not going to spoil, leading up to that point, but that's how the movie starts, is with that little action sequence, which ends with Egon passing away.
Yep. So, one thing that I think wasn't explained is how Egon managed to have grandkids. But
yes, they never did explain that part.
Yeah.
They also did not explain his daughter's husband thing going on as either. But you don't need the husband in that. I'm glad they didn't like try to shoehorn him in at some point.
Right.
In the movie.
Right. So, otherwise, so we went and saw it in IMAX. There, it was loud. You could feel it in the floor. A lot of the scenes. There is some callbacks.
There's callbacks, and like if you can see it somewhere that has awesome sound, you need to go, because that first time the power of the proton pack kicks in, and you feel it in your seat.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time they shoot it, and you feel that thump from the bass.
Yep.
And yeah, that's a good feeling.
Yeah. So I don't know that there's much more we can say without spoiling it, but there are very good parts. There's very little time where you would want to go use the bathroom because you'd miss something. So go to the bathroom before the movie, go to the bathroom after, and hold it. You're going to have a mid-credit and end credit scene.
There's a mid-credit scene and a head-credit scene. I will say there was I just thought of this. There's like a throwback or a callback to the movie Summer School. Because Paul Rudd is the summer school teacher, and he's showing horror movies to the kids. Oh. And that's it. That's all he's doing. So the first one is Cujo, and then he's got Child's Play. And it just I just thought of that. That's like what Summer School that movie was with
they watched Texas Chain Horror. Mark Harmon.
Mark Harmon was in, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. So, one thing I want to say, I should have said at the beginning of the video, if you like 2016 Ghostbusters, you own it, great, no problem.
Yeah, we don't care if you like it.
Yeah, we did not.
We did not like it. We think it's horrible.
Yes. Yes.
But if you like it, all the best to you. But I'm telling you right now, this movie, and she's surprised I said this movie is the second best Ghostbusters movie. Ghostbusters, the first one, this one, 2, and that's it.
Yeah, we did.
16's not a Ghostbusters movie.
It's not.
It's technically a Ghostbusters.
It's not though. I mean, it really isn't. And I understand, like in Hollywood, they really want to push girl power and feminism.
That's what McKenna Grace is, the hero.
Yeah.
Of this movie. This is how you write
a woman into the movie as a hero.
Yes.
Yeah.
People are comparing this to like the Goonies / Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I can sort of see that as well.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, I mean, it's just great. It's a great movie. You should see it.
It's worth it. I know IMAX is more expensive. It's worth it to see it IMAX.
Or the XD or whatever Cinemark has. Just
yeah.
Whatever has the best
sound.
The best
the Dolby.
Whole experience that you can experience it in. That's what theater you want to watch it in.
And I think it was like very, like the theater we were in, you could obviously tell there were a lot of Ghostbusters fans. Somebody had their homemade Ecto-1, brought that. Let you take pictures with it. They had Ghostbusters uniforms on. And there were certain parts where like it honestly reminded me of, I can't remember which Star Wars we went and saw, but as soon as Lucasfilms comes up and they start playing the theme song.
Yes.
I mean, yes.
Applauded a lot of stuff. Movie got a cheap pop because we live here in Florida, and they mentioned Orlando, so the movie got a cheap pop there for a big applause for mentioning Orlando.
Yeah.
But if they would have mentioned Des Moines and we lived back in Iowa, the movie would have got a cheap pop there, I'm sure, as well. But
yeah. But overall, the movie is great.
Yes.
There is so much that happens that is going to tug at your heartstrings. If you get teary at movies, I did tear up a couple of times. Great callbacks, great cameos. Overall, just the storyline was great. I mean, everything transitioned and built up in the best way. So
I don't know. I'm trying to think of some. I mean, you can go through like the action sequence, and then they're losing their house. They find out
they get evicted, and they find out
she finds out her father, their grandfather, Egon, passed away. So they go to Oklahoma, and then find out he basically had nothing to give them, but the rundown house.
And one thing they got a little. They call him the dirt farmer.
The dirt farmer.
Throughout the whole movie, like, oh, your dad was a dirt farmer, and at one point I'm like, okay, this isn't even funny anymore. I mean, that's the only thing. Is
the thing I thought of after like the second time it said he was a dirt farmer is in the action sequence. There's a bunch of corn right outside. Someone's growing that corn.
Yeah.
And I mean, if he's letting other farmers like go right up to his land like that, then hopefully he was getting paid. But apparently he wasn't. So
no.
But yeah, you had that. You got, the summer school thing, which I guess I sort of didn't understand that why she was going to summer school.
I think just because she loves to learn. Because it was a science class. She might have thought it was actually going to be a science class.
Oh, okay. It wasn't. Then you had the earthquake thing, where he's like a seismologist, but he's doing summer school teaching. That sort of didn't make any sense.
Right. He seemed like so they made Paul Rudd's character a teacher, and he seems really intelligent when he has those side conversations with McKenna Grace's character, and then when he's actually supposed to be teaching science class, it's like,
yeah, he's not trying to teach kids science,
right?
But he's a seismologist, or apparently he was a seismologist because he had everything. He was there trying to figure out why the earthquakes were happening.
Yeah.
So that sort of didn't make any sense. They didn't really expand on that, why he, other than he's there monitoring the earthquakes.
Yep.
I was sort of disappointed when, the ghosts finally break out. They didn't, I know I'm, nostalgia, throwbacks type thing. But I'm surprised a little bit that they didn't throw in magic a little bit. Like when the ecto containment unit explodes in the first movie and you got that song.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't at least throw a couple bars of it in there. Just because. But the score is basically from the first movie. They just it's got a little bit of rehash like the newer Halloween movies. Those beats are still there. They're just sort of mixed a little bit different. But you can tell that, yes, this is the score from the first movie, just a little bit changed.
Yep.
I wish they would have did that with the second movie, because the second movie would be a lot better with a better score. That's how I feel about that one. Okay. If it didn't have the score that it has, it would be even better than it is. I still like 2. Sue.
No, I like 2. I don't think that, and I didn't think it was the score. So, but yeah, so if we want to see it again, we can. And we lived from a movie theater, so we loved it. We hope you love it. Go see it.
You're gonna like it, especially if you like the first 2 Ghostbusters. You'll even like it if you like 2016. If you are just that angry about it, I don't know what your problem is. We didn't like 2016, but we don't hate people who like it. If you liked it, awesome, great. It's just you can just not like a movie.
Right.
And yeah, you cannot like this one. I think you'll like it.
Yeah, and I think, even if you're not a huge I'm not a huge Ghostbuster follower. I've seen the movies. We went and saw one for Halloween as a fun for $5 movie. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. It reminds me of a good 80s movie. I mean, honestly, it really does. I mean, it had a good story. It had good actors, a good score. They didn't rely on a lot of dick and fart jokes. And
that's another thing.
Things like that.
The jokes weren't all raunchy. There was hardly any raunchy jokes.
I don't think there's really any cussing either.
There's a couple S words in there.
Oh.
Near the end.
Okay.
There's some really bad dad jokes in it that McKenna Grace's character gives. But they're actually funny. But I'm a dad, so dads think dad jokes are funny.
Yes, but it did
being obtuse.
It did surprise me how much you laughed.
Because the jokes were like, yeah, the obtuse one. I laughed at that one.
But yeah, it was great. It was great having all the people around who enjoyed it as much as we did. The fan.
Oh yes, the
fandom was great.
Theater was full.
Yep.
That's a good thing. People are going back to the movie theaters if you have a movie that people want to see. That's great. I mean,
you can wear a mask. You can, still be safe. You can go, and you're not going to be 6 feet apart, especially in a movie like this. But you guys do what you want to do to be safe. But I'm going to say it's worth it. Go to if you're somebody who has the capability, maybe you don't work during the day, go to a matinee, where there's going to be less people, but it's worth seeing again and again.
We're really bad movie reviewers.
We sure are. Well,
if I could do a bunch of spoilers, this review would be like basically all spoilers. I'm trying not to spoil it for you, but
yep.
It's just cool. I wish they always tease you with Ecto's siren. They always tease you with it. You only get like 3 seconds of it whenever they play it. But the first time you hear it, you're like, yes. And I was hoping he was going to play it when they're chasing the blue ghost. It's in the trailers. I could have swore it had the sirens on, but I think they just did that sound for the trailer. I was hoping because the Ecto one gets sprayed with water from the fire hydrant from the ghost. And I was like, oh, he's going to look for the wipers and he's going to hit the sirens. And it didn't happen. And I was sort of disappointed in that. That's a stupid thing to be disappointed in. But.
Right. Okay, so we don't want to say any more because we might accidentally really give you some spoilers. We want you to go see it. If you see it and get where we're coming from with the spoilers, drop a comment. Tell us if you liked it or not. Tell me if you got a lady boner for Paul Rudd.
Oh, I guess another minor spoiler is the Ghostbusters old phone number is Ray's Occult Book's phone number now.
Yeah.
Just a minor spoiler. That's how she gets the number to call Ray's Occult, is from the old ad. Because apparently he just transferred the number over to that. I don't know why I said that. I just thought that was interesting to me, that he kept that number.
Yeah. After
all these years for his business.
All right. So, yeah.
I don't know. We're
done.
We just saw the movie. We said it's great.
We're excited about it.
I want to tell you everything that happened in it, but I don't want to spoil it for you. I want you to go see it. And I don't think you're going to be disappointed. I think you're going to love it.
Yep. I think so too. So with that being said, sorry for the crappy review. Maybe in a couple weeks we'll come back and actually discuss it.
We'll have a spoiler-filled one, because then people will have seen it. And then we'll talk about what we really liked and what we didn't like and all that good stuff.
Right.
But hey, this is like our first movie review, so
yeah,
give us a break.
Yeah. And it's past my bedtime.
That's true. We both have to get to bed now.
Yes.
Because I have to get up early, go to work.
Yeah, and I got to get out of bed and walk to my computer tomorrow.
Well, you got to wake up a thought or two.
Yeah. Okay, so, again, drop your comments. Tell us if you saw the movie, if you liked it. No spoilers in the comments. We'll have a video in a couple weeks, and we'll discuss it with spoilers. So, hopefully we didn't reveal too much that wasn't already in the trailers or already in interviews that possibly late night talk show hosts are having with some of the cast. And we look forward to sharing the full movie with you once you guys see it. So, and even if you hated this video, like and subscribe. We promise we'll get better.
Yeah, we got to keep making videos. We want you to
make us YouTube famous.
Yes, but I wouldn't mind that. But yeah, I mean, we got to keep making videos. We'll get better making more videos. So there you go.
Right. So thanks for watching.
Yep.
See you next time on the Beerman Vlog.
Yep. Until next time, stay out of trouble.
And play on.